So I'm basically having like a bad hair and face and body day. Somebody asked me like what was the worst date that you've ever had in history of man, and basically like how about like the worst date this year, because I'm sure I've had a lot of bad things happen to me. Picked me up at my house and we decided to go to the pub. Because I was like, he has a car, Matt number 2 doesn't have a car, so, you know, that's always a plus. If the dude has a car, I don't want to fucking drive, man. I'm sick of driving everywhere. So, he picked me up and we went to the pub, had a bunch of drinks. Everything was going really good, and then we decided to go to the casino. So at the casino I started freaking out because I felt like I was drugged. Like literally, like just my jaw was clenching and I just felt really weird. Can't even describe it. I felt high and I was like, somebody fucking drugged me. So I'm sitting there thinking like, who the fuck would have drugged me? Could it be the bartender? No. Could it be this guy? Probably, because I don't even know who the fuck he is. Like, just meet this fucking guy and then all of a sudden I feel drugged, and this has never happened before, and it's just really, really weird. So I started freaking out. Well, I started just shouting at him in the casino in front of people were like forming, I think they formed like a group and they were just like staring because I was like, I got fucking drugged and did you drug me? Like I was just totally out of it, and oh, my hair looks like shit. So yeah, I was freaking out thinking this guy drugged me, and I don't think he didn't drug me. I was just freaking out, and he's like, we should go back to the car because somebody's gonna call the fucking cops. So we're walking back to the car and he's like, I'm gonna take you home. And I'm like, no, please, like, really, you want to take me home? Please don't take me home, please. I'm like begging him, like, please not to take me home. I'm like, so what? So what if I'm drugged? It's all good, man. It's all good. Like, and he's like, you're not making any sense. Like, I don't know why you think you were drugged and stuff like that. And then it dawned on me, and I was like, okay. I just started taking these new pills, crazy pills for crazy people. No, I started taking these fucking anxiety and depression pills because I couldn't concentrate in school and everything was going to shit. So I've seen that, and I drank with them, and I was, you know, hadn't drank because I didn't really drink a lot or anything, but they had made me feel crazy, like I was high or I was drugged or something. So I pretty much ruined it right there because he's looking at me like his eyes were like, the way he was looking at me, he was like, this bitch is fucking crazy. Which, you know, I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm crazy, like, some of the time, and maybe not all the time, you know, like, give me a fucking chance. I'm, like, trying to sober up, or trying to act really, really sober when I'm totally not, and, like, apologizing. I'm like, please don't drop me off at home. I never get to go out. I never get to have fun. What the fuck am I going to do at home by myself while I'm all fucked up? So finally, after begging him for like 15 minutes, he takes me to his house. And I walk in and there's this guy sitting there. And he's like, this is my roommate, my best friend, and his name's Matt. And I'm like, Matt, oh, that's what the other Matt, like the other Matt that I've been talking to online is your fucking roommate. And the funny thing was, like, I ditched Matt number 2 that night because he's like, oh, do you want to hang out? And I was like, well, you know, I got these things going on, I really can. Meanwhile, I'm like getting ready for the date with Matt number 1. So yeah, he was a little I think off-putted by that, and it was very awkward. I was like, you know, you guys should feel special because I had like hundreds of guys like after me on this dating site, and like you 2 were my top picks, you know? Feel special. So they didn't really fight over me or anything, but like they were fighting a bit for my attention, which is really sweet. But Matt number 1 was like, fuck this shit, I'm going to bed. And I was like, okay, well, you know, out of respect, I guess I should come with you because, you did take me on this date, and I don't want to just ditch you for one I like better. You know, so I went to bed with him, not to sleep with him or anything, because I'm not a sleep on the first date kind of person. I told him that too. I was like, I'm just here to hang out, whatever. And so I'm laying in bed, and like I feel something like poking my leg, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like a pencil? And he's like, no, that's my dick. And I was like, oh, that's comforting. Yeah, so he kept like poking me, but it felt like this. Like this is what it felt like. This little stick, like a toothpick inside a volcano. Like, not inside, because that didn't happen, but it was awkward. And then he's like, oh yeah, my ex is telling me sex is really great, but my dick could be it could be a little bigger. And I'm like, you don't fucking tell people that. Like, you don't just tell people that, and like not on the first fucking date, you know what I mean? So whatever. Nice, good luck to you and your pencil dick, Matt. 'Cause I woke up the next morning, you know, I went to bed thinking, this guy must still like me at least a little bit, because he's still trying to sleep with me, so maybe we can still be friends, maybe we can still hang out, maybe we can do all that stuff. And but he dropped me off at home the next day. I didn't hear from him for a couple of days, and then I sent him a text saying, you know, how are you doing? Hope things are going good, kind of thing. And I never talked to him again, and I never really talked to the other Matt either. So, needless to say, moral to the story is don't accuse your date of drugging you, because he'll look at you like this and threaten to take you home and not pay for any more drinks. And yeah, I think that's basically the main moral of the story here. Thank you for listening. You know, I'll probably have some more adventurous stories to tell soon, but until then.